details today of how a student died as a result of her long-term abuse of laughing gas. Ellen Mercer, who was 24, inhaled 2 to 3 big bottles of nitrous oxide a day. When the emergency services were called to her home, she told them she could no longer walk. She died in hospital 24 hours later. Since her death, possession of laughing gas has been made illegal. Ellie Pitt reports.
Ellen Mercer was 24 years old when she died. She'd been studying for a business qualification and had enjoyed working in a nursing home looking after older people. Her brother says they'd been close growing up, born less than 2 years apart.
She was absolutely full of energy her entire life, almost too full of energy. She moved about 1 million miles an hour. It was very hard to keep up with, but overwhelmingly positive person who really seemed to deeply care about others, and just couldn't ask for much more in a sister, you know.
But an inquest today heard that in the 6 months before her death, Ellen had become addicted to nitrous oxide, or laughing gas. It's inhaled from canisters. Small ones, sometimes seen in the street, can hold around 8 grams. Ellen had been using 2 to 3 large canisters a day that contained 600 grams of the substance. The inquest heard how she'd sustained burns and head injuries after passing out from using the drug. The coroner said today that Ellen's death is a reminder of how hugely dangerous it is to use nitrous oxide. Before she died, Ellen called for an ambulance twice, saying that she couldn't walk. It was ruled today that laughing gas had significantly caused that loss of mobility, which in turn led to the blood clots that ended her life. But for her family, Ellen's psychological struggles were overlooked. She'd been diagnosed bipolar, and the inquest heard today mental health teams had stopped following up with her, admitting she had been lost.
That's tragic to hear. If more resources were available to helping people with mental health issues, I think things like this in the future could be avoided.
Nitrous oxide is listed as a cause of Ellen's death, but for those closest to her, it was much deeper than that. All agree, though, with the coroner's conclusion that hers is a sad waste of such a young woman's life. Ellie Pitt, ITV News, Reading.
An inquest heard.
Palestine is free. It's everyone else that isn't.
We're here with
Alana Hadid.
Can you tell me about your family's history in Palestine?
My father was born in Nazareth in 1948. He was originally from Safed, but he was never able to actually go back because my family's home was taken from them by a Polish family that they were housing after World War II. So the people that were living in their guest house took their house forcibly. They were never able to go back. They became refugees. In 1948, they went to Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, multiple countries until they ended up in the U.S.
What does Free Palestine mean to you?
Well, first of all, I think it's coming and it will happen in my lifetime and very hopefully in my father's lifetime. No, it will happen in my father's lifetime. It's happening. Palestine is free. It's everyone else that isn't. We are the ones who really understand what's happening in the world. It's the ones that are oppressing us that are colonized, actually. Free Palestine means being able to actually live where my ancestors were born, being able to walk in the places that they walk. A free Palestine means freedom and liberation, collective freedom and liberation for so many other people.
Biden, Trump, what do you think?
Who?
Yeah, a message for Rishi Sunak.
Oh.
No, a message to Rishi Sunak?
Yes.
Okay, you were not listening. Hi, do you have a message for Rishi Sunak?
Who is this? Who? Rishi Sunak?
Are you taking the piss?
No.
He's your Prime Minister.
Oh, we don't live here.
You got an English accent?
Yeah, but we're from Spain.
What is going on?
What?
Excuse me, a message for Rishi Sunak. Please.
We're not from England.
You're so cute! Have a nice day! God, you are tall and handsome. Do you have a message for Rishi Sunak?
What's that?
A message for Rishi Sunak.
Who's that?
You're taking the piss right now, are you?
No,
That's
I'm
the
not.
Prime Minister!
Oh, was it? No, I don't know.
A message for Rishi Sunak? No? A message... Oh, now you want to talk! A message for Rishi.
Free Palestine.
We got there, yes! A message for Rishi Sunak.
She's rubbish.
He is rubbish. Yo, boss, a message to Rishi Sunak?
Oh,
Okay,
Can
nice.
I get a picture?
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure. That's £4. This is why this country's going to Nobody even knows what's going on. We all hate the Prime Minister, but we don't know what's going on. How many minutes we at?
4 minutes.
All right, I'm finished, brother. A message for Rishi. Can you say free Palestine?
Yeah.
Free.
Palestine.
Free. Well done. Yeah. If you could meet a kid in Palestine, would you have a message for them?
Yeah.
What would you say?
I'll say we are gonna free you some food.
If you met a kid in Palestine, what would your message be?
Keep being strong. You've been through a lot. The war in Palestine is horrible.
Yeah, it is horrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, my love. If you met a kid in Palestine, do you have a message for them?
Yes.
What would you like to say?
That I'm fighting for you and you're doing the right thing.
What would you say?
I would say I would bring you food and I would bring you to my country.
My love.
Free.
Palestine.
Free.
Palestine. Palestine. Well done. Would you have a message for any of the kids in Palestine?
Yeah.
What would you say?
But people who are killing you are not stopping killing.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Free.
Palestine.
Free.
Palestine.
And if you met a kid in Palestine that was scared, what would your message be to that kid?
To say that it was okay and that lots of people want to go on a march.
Yeah, so that means that help's coming.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you say free Palestine?
Here are 3 most backwards places in the UK since the 90s. The last one will shock you. Coming in at number 3, we have Bradford, often dubbed Bradistan. It's a place seemingly stuck in a time warp since the 90s, with strong traditions, including arranged marriages, still very much alive. Number 2 is Brerefield, Lancashire. The Pakistani community here, many originating from rural villages in Pakistan, tends to stick closely to their roots. This often means quick tempers, traditional attire like shalwar kameez, and lots of Punjabi being spoken habits that have even been passed down to their British Pakistani kids. Most Brerefielder love to stick to their communities and have no real fear of anyone. And topping the list, whether you love it or hate it, is Nelson, Lancashire. It's another area where old customs rule, mixed gender chats are frowned upon, and gossip is the town sport. Many still practice arranged marriages, sending daughters abroad for weddings. Life here is simple: work, home, TV, sleep. But with little council investment, it's not just the locals talking. Even the rats in the back streets are a common sight. Here are 3 most backward...
I have a very important announcement to make. I have been invited to 10 Downing Street tomorrow, 15th of April. Just before Eid, I received an invitation. It's an absolute honour, once in a lifetime opportunity to visit one of the most famous, if not the most famous house in the world. Now, on this occasion, after reflecting over the last year what I've been doing, what I'm all about, which is health, well-being and saving lives. And after reflecting, I've decided to take the stance of not going to this event. On any other given day, I would have gone. But given the situation right now, where there is no ceasefire in Gaza, I cannot bring myself to attend an event where there is continuous bloodshed. I must inform you, I am not aligned with any political party. This isn't what I'm about. This isn't about politics. It's about humanity. It's all about saving lives. I will not be going, and hopefully by me not going, which is a very small act, could make a huge difference to saving lives. I have a very important...
I'm thinking of reverting. The thought of Salah is overwhelming. Yeah, I've been there. I reverted to Islam 8 years ago, and I remember feeling the same way. You don't have to do everything straight away. For those that don't know, Salah, namaz, is prayer. In Islam, it's something we've got to do 5 times a day, at specific times, in a specific way. What really helped me to be able to do it and is understanding why you have to do it. And the reason why is because we are not here just for work, socialising, chores and cleaning, believe it or not. Muslims believe that we're here to worship God and to be tested and to do good deeds. The purpose of prayer, and I learned this from Yasmin Mojaahed's book, Reclaim Your Heart, which I'd highly recommend. The purpose of prayer, yes, is to worship God, but it's also to remind us that this is not the reason why we're here. It's spaced out perfectly across the day so that we don't get so involved in worldly life that we forget the reason why we're here. It's a bit like meditation, really, in a lot of ways. My advice is to take it easy. It's a journey. You're not going to start being able to do everything. It's like learning to drive. You can't expect just to learn to drive straight away, but you've just got in the car. No Muslim is perfect, and all Muslims struggle with prayer. Even the ones that were born into the religion, even me after being, a revert for over 8 years, that's just the way it is. But the fact that you try and the fact that you are learning is amazing. So don't be so hard on yourself. Stop expecting yourself to be Schumacher when you've not driven before. Hope that helps. And if you've got any other questions, please just ask. There is no such thing as a silly question. I'm thinking of River.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. It's your boy BK here. We're with Feeding the Homeless London. Had 100 meals to distribute today, alhamdulillah. One thing we will say, our donations are running low. So this is a 100% non-profitable organisation. All donations go straight to charity, go straight towards the food, the sanitary kits, the tents, everything we can do, sleeping bags. So anything you guys can donate, please make sure to donate. All of the charity you give will be multiplied in the hereafter, inshallah. So please do what you can to help,
Here are 5 popular cars in British Pakistani households from the 90s. This last one will shock you. Kicking off our countdown at number 5, it's the Vauxhall Cavalier, a massive hit among Asian uncles and the go-to choice for taxi drivers back in the day. If your dad was rocking a Cavalier, you were basically royalty. Spacious with room to spare, it was the ultimate ride for a comfy journey. Sliding into the number 4 spot, we've got the Ford Sierra, the 90s icon for many British Pakistani families, with a front look that turned heads. Dropping the windows and cranking up the tunes in a Sierra, absolute magnet for attention. Taking the bronze at number 3, it's the Toyota Corolla, embodying 90s British Asian culture like no other. Sleek, spacious in the boot, and easy on the petrol, it was the smart choice for those looking to dodge the pricey tag, without sacrificing safety. Runner-up at number 2, say hello to the Nissan Micra, the family car that somehow also spelled social humiliation. Yes, it was slow and pegged as a car for the elderly, but let's not overlook its safety and cost-effectiveness, making it a practical if not popular pick. And topping our list at number 1, the undisputed champion, the VW Golf. Driving one in the 90s made you a legend. Speedy, fuel efficient, with an engine that just wouldn't quit, the Golf is still the car of choice for the cool crowd in 2024. If you're cruising in a Golf, you're cruising in style. Here
The man himself rarely shows his face, but his word drops resoundingly enough around the hot shop. This is one spot in Yorkshire where there's not much bother from the shop floor faithful.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Whether it's prayer time, peace rates, or the tea break, the man knows when trouble's brewing in the Bradford foundry. Mohammed Fazal Hussain, 73 years old. Back in 1927, he pioneered the path from... When he sends the family to make an offer, no one refuses.
Mr. Hussain sent for you in the office. Today, anytime when you have a time. All right? When you can come, 4 o'clock. All right.
Some may not like it, but they'd be wise not to argue.
Mr. Hussain sent for you in the office.
I'm not damn too busy.
No, you got to go because he's making some film, you see.
I'm too busy. That compartment to furnace. The front play all the time.
I know, but you got to go, you see. Okay?
This is the payoff. Mr. Hussain has one special ambition: to make Britain's first Pakistani feature film. And there's a perfect pool of performers.
This man who worked as a laborer turned tables upside down by creating Dubai's most famous and oldest Pakistani restaurant. Here, meet Chowdhury Abdul Hamid, the man who founded Ravi Restaurant. Abdul Hamid came to UAE in 1970. In his early days, he used to work as a laborer, but after a lot of hardships and struggle, his restaurant opened its doors in the UAE in 1978 in the Dubai neighborhood of Satwa, where Ravi Restaurant served home-style dishes, mainly to South Asian construction workers who were then helping in Dubai's construction. Over the years as Dubai boomed, it became a hit among Emiratis and the Western and Asian expat who flooded the emirate. And now, even after 46 years, this place is a must-visit hotspot for not only tourists, locals, expatriates, and celebrities, including Snoop Dogg, Bollywood stars, world-renowned cricketers, One Republic, and Craig David, amongst others, but also brands like Adidas, which celebrated its popularity by collaborating with them, where they produced a limited edition superstar Ravi sneaker embroidered with the restaurant's name and a list of the 6 most famous dishes. This man who...
Muslims don't have to pay council tax because if we have a prayer room, it's classed as a place of worship. Bring the council now. I'll never have to work again. Think of all the cars. Like they're in work. I'm not going in tomorrow. Hello? Abigail, I quit. On a serious note, this is absolute nonsense. Here's proof. Exhibit A. This is on fullfact.org. It's not true that Muslims or members of any other religion can avoid paying council tax on domestic properties altogether if a room is set aside for prayer. This is a claim that we fact-checked before and it's been spreading online for over a decade! Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I was only joking. I hate when people get my hopes up like that online. I lost my job. Muslims don't have to pay council tax because if we have a prayer room, it's classed